Damn it, this wretch has just puked all over my brand new gaming PC and now it doesn't work. Thank goodness I have NordVPN. Not because it'll fix the computer from the damage the wretch has done, but it will stop him from stealing my data. Even in the 21st century, data is still not being treated fairly. It's always being stolen, hacked, and more, but thanks to NordVPN, that all can change. NordVPN can be connected to instantly help you secure your IP address and protect the data that matters, all for a easygoing price. Go ahead and check out the description at nordvpn.com/BrickyVPN to get a 2-year plan plus 4 additional months for a huge discount. Once again, in the description, nordvpn.com/BrickyVPN to get your discounted code and start protecting your data today. Hello everybody, my name is Bricky, currently being sent to heaven for playing Jim fighting a wretch. Back 4 Blood has come out to mixed reviews overall. Some parts of it are pretty good, gunplay, sound design, optimization, music. Some of it less good, balance, characters, some of the UI changes, and progression. That last one is what we're going to talk about. I have a small video on my second channel discussing my thoughts on the game's balance that can be linked below, but that's not what we're talking about today. This is not a full-fledged review for Back 4 Blood because I, like many others, am pretty mixed on the game. One thing I am not mixed on is the way they decide to handle single-player progression when playing it, and that is the big topic for today. As of making this video, they said they are looking into it, quote unquote, and if they have fixed it, well, that happened after I'd filmed this. If you didn't know, Back 4 Blood is a co-op horde shooter along the likes of Left 4 Dead, Killing Floor, and Walmart Black Friday. These games generally incentivize you to play with a team because you're not having to deal with horrible bots or random players, and instead you have a lot better coordination, communication, and teamwork. However, Back 4 Blood decided to take the Olympic gold medal of toe stepping by completely locking you out of any deck building whatsoever, stat tracking, achievements, and earning supply points, aka the main progression of the game, akin it to XP. You get no XP of any kind playing solo. And let me make this clear, this isn't Booster Justice in MW2, where people are trying to farm headshots for fall camo. This isn't a private match. This is a single player game. This is a normal run, where instead you are just choosing to have 3 bots instead of 3 random players. So if you want to earn anything from achievements to a little bit of experience, you need to either invite friends or endure the second highest tumor causing thing in the world, random players. Now, let's talk about this for a second. When it comes to the longevity of a game, being able to play it single player is one of the most important things out there. For a while, developers were trying to find a way to practically force interaction, to make it so that playing solo is a thing, but more particularly, the game is better enjoyed and enjoyed longer when with a group. They're trying to find ways to get you to play with your friends more. Now, there are some people out there who don't have any friends to play with. However, for a majority of people, no matter how many times you try to be funny and post a, well, I don't have any friends, comment down in the YouTube comments, most of you have friends to play with. I have friends to play with, and these are not people that I found via my YouTube or Twitch channel. However, I often do enjoy playing alone. Often playing alone is nice, and sometimes they have things they gotta do. They've got jobs to be at, they work the graveyard shift, maybe they're playing other games. I may have people to play with, but there is no shortage of times where I either have to or want to play on my own. Sometimes I wake up and I'm just kinda sad, and I wanna take the entire day to play video games by myself and wallow in my self-pity. Is that so wrong? Having a solo experience is important for all games. And this game's solo experience is neutered even more so by the fact that it's always online. So even if you want to play by yourself, you can't. And eventually when this game's servers are shut off in however many years, this is all lost to time. That sucks. You know, often just is it fun is not enough for a lot of people to be playing your game if they have the feeling that the game might be gone in a bit. Now, let's take a few years back and talk about Call of Duty Zombies, a co-op horde zombie shooter that's good in both multiplayer and solo. When it comes to old zombies, the best maps were the ones that had very little startup, but a large well of options afterwards. Think Der Eisendrache. Was I close to that time? Or Origins, for example. These maps were pretty easy to set up, but the moment you set up, you had all these options, staves, bows, upgrades, so many things you could do. Easy to begin, and bonuses if you kept on going. That right there is the answer to your problems. Back 4 Blood put this screen up, telling you all the things you lose for playing solo, telling the player to their face that this is the inferior version of the game. Instead, what should have been done, a lesson learned a long time ago, is instead benefiting you for playing with other people. I play a lot, oh god, a lot of Destiny right now. There are many activities, particularly raids, that cannot be done solo, no matter what YouTuber makes it happen. However, the game still constantly has things that I can get done as a solo player very often. A majority of the game can be done solo. The difference, however, is the fact that they incentivize you for playing with people. Bungie, for all their faults, understand that people have lives, and an MMO, like Destiny, is practically a full-time job at times. Your fire team will not always be available. People have things to do, they got places to go. So having most of the game completable just solo is fantastic, and you could save those important times, like raids, for a schedule. People have raid nights, that's normal. But they actively and consistently reward you for playing with other people should you choose to. Clans give you a ton of benefits. Clan XP, clan bounties. Not only that, but the season pass alone gives you large amounts of XP bonuses to your fire team. And almost all of this is completely passive. You just play with other people, and by doing so, you are gaining a higher benefit. Apex Legends has the exact same system. This is a battle royale, a team-based game, yet you can still play it solo should you want to, but the game will give you active experience bonuses for playing with friends. The ironic thing is that Back 4 Blood could have easily done this if they just kept their mouths shut. Halo Reach found a system for this a decade ago. If you played custom games in Halo Reach, you didn't get nearly as much XP as everything else, but you got some. You could have easily taken the amount of supply points you earn, dropped it to 70%, and then given you a 10% stacking bonus per friend you invited. Shit, Apex and Destiny could have done this too. They could have lowered the natural XP gains and then made it so that working with people brings it back to its normal amounts, but I don't know that. And if they did, they sure as hell didn't tell me. Now, is this scummy? Oh god, yeah, it's scummy. This is very EA Sports, it's in the wallet level material here. Stifling XP gains to make up for bonuses when playing with friends? Yeah, that's pretty dick. But if they did do that, nobody noticed, and nobody's complaining, and nobody's making as big of a stink about it as they are about this. But this isn't about that. It's about the importance of being able to play a multiplayer game solo. Hell, even Destiny PvP has a freelance mode, a mode that should be present in every FPS multiplayer game out there. It's a team mode, 6v6, 4v4, whatever, but everyone that joins it has to be a solo player. So you'll never be a solo player with randoms running into a 4-man team. This is just as much of a lesson about the importance of single player games as it is with communication with your audience. Playing solo is not a private game. It should not be treated as such. I actually love squad XP gains. I think it's a super smart idea. Incentivize people to find friends, make friends, because they literally get bonuses for doing so. Those super hardcore grinder people now have a reason to play with friends. You are also rewarding people who already have friends to play with, and therefore fostering their love for the game because you're increasing XP gains. Get that good old dopamine drip. I'm a big fan of the system so long as you don't stifle the solo player XP gains. You have that as your baseline, and then you create bonuses. But this was a terrible decision. A flat out no. You gain nothing. It's not only incredibly unfriendly to new players, but I know a massive amount of people who did not buy this game because of this. This is a deal breaker, and every day this continues without being fixed, more and more people are gonna say, no thanks, not interested. Games being a social experience is a byproduct of the game, not a requirement. I want to try this game solo. I want to test it out on my own in case my friends aren't available. I want to try out guns. I want to lab against certain zombies, see the different difficulties. I want to try, but at this point, there's just no reason to even do so. And I sure as shit am not gonna go load up with randoms. And now, that and a combination of balancing issues, I have no interest to touch Back 4 Blood right now. I think it actually will be a pretty good game, but I'm more curious about how it will be a year down the line, which is an unfortunate pattern in AAA games lately. Everything is not about how the game launches, it's always about how the game will be, which sucks, because this game launched a hell of a lot better than most other games in terms of optimization and such, but even so, it really gives me a hard time trying to get into it, especially as a solo player. Thank you everyone for watching. My B plush, he is currently available right now. Check him out in the description immediately. You only have about 3 weeks, a little bit less, to get him before he is gone forever. Snag him now, he's the best. I know you aren't a fan of anime in general because of the tropes it frequently contains, but what are a couple movie genres that you like because of frequent tropes? And then the opposite question was, what tropes immediately turn you off from whatever you're watching? It's difficult to determine a good trope, because normally when I think trope, I think negative connotation. However, often whenever I think of something that I really enjoy, it's just really good revenge kills. A good revenge film, things like John Wick or Kill Bill or something like Girl with Dragon Tattoo, just a really good raunchy revenge movie I always kind of like. As for tropes that I really dislike, exposition is a huge one that bugs the hell out of me because it makes it sound like the filmmaker does not trust their audience to be smart enough to understand what's going on. Exposition can be done well, but often the fewer words that are used make it better. Is Twitch chat based? No. No, they are not. Metroid Dread? Question mark. As a big Metroid Prime fan, maybe. I don't have a whole lot of time to play things on the Switch, but hopefully. I heard it's quite good. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what it's gonna be.